color correction. Yada yada yada. I am so tired of these intros. Just go see my newest film, Red Sparrow, which officially opens today.
Well, hello. Today we're going to talk about color correcting, and it'll be a fairly short lesson because this is just basics. You can do a color correcting 100 different ways in this application, but we're just going to do some basic stuff. You see, I'm in the 4-window layout because I want to see my trimmer, because we're going to use that to compare. But right here I have some washed out videos, leftover video from a project, and I definitely want to color correct that. So that's very simple. You go into Effects, which is down here in the 4-window layout, and you go to color correction, which I've already dropped down into. We want to pull over two things: hue, saturation, and lightness. Just pull it on top. And then we also want to pull over brightness and contrast. Just pull it right there. Okay, so you see we have down arrows in the control panel now. And a good way to help washed out video is firstly, just give it a little more contrast. That means pulling this to the right. It helps with depth. It gives the shadows a little darker feel to it. You don't want to go too much. Brightness, you can take that down some, and that looks pretty good. So we know in this video that the sky was bluer than that, the trees were greener, and a lot of the ground was red clay. So we know those colors are washed out. So we want to put them back. And how we do that, we go into hue and we drop down blue, and we want to saturate blue a little more. Not a lot. You don't want to make it look cartoony. A little color correction goes a long way. We also want to do that with green. Just a little more green. And just a little more red for the ground. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see how it compares. So we go back to media, we go back to the trimmer, we find our original video, and you can see the difference. It's definitely darker. You can see this red clay is actually redder. This tree is actually greener. The sky is not as blue as we remember, but we can also always go back into the controls and try our blue a little, maybe pull down cyan, give it a little nudge, a little hue shift. Now see, you don't want to mess with hue shift too much. You look there, oh, whoops. So we're just going to move it just a hair there. And blue, and just a hair. You know, color correcting is all subjective. Good luck. There, like I said, you can, if you know Adobe Photoshop, there are many ways in HitFilm to correct your color that there are in Photoshop. We're just doing these two because it's basic. This is a basic lesson. So we go back to trimmer, and you know, that, I think that's good. Let's look at a couple of other spots here. Okay, there, that's a good one. Let's find this same spot over here. Oops. Getting a little. All right. Oh, crap. Oh, how about that? All right, so the sky's bluer. These trees are a little greener. They've got heavier shadows, maybe too much. This fence was built in 1946, and some dumbass painted this silver. You can see it's a little heavier in shade, and there's the red that we saw in real life. So that's it. Just the basic color correcting. Thank you for watching.